guys, so we'll get started. Thank you for having me here today. My name is Vivian. I'm the founder of NYC Data Science Academy. I started school about 3 years ago. At this moment, we train more than thousands of part-time students and graduate more than 100 of full-time students. So the flyer you got is about our full-time program, the 12 weeks intensive program. I have Jonathan with me here. He graduated from your department, master program in
business analytics.
business analytics. Which month?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jonathan. I graduated this August. I was in the MSBA program, business analytics, and I didn't extend my program. So after I graduated, after I finished my spring semester, I joined the bootcamp, finished the 3 months data science bootcamp, and I just graduated.
Yes. He finished the bootcamp in September 23rd, and yesterday he got his first job offer. And he's still looking. There are a lot of new opportunities there, so he has to decide which one to go. So I just want to share a lot of information with you if you're looking for a career in data science. So can I do a quick hand show? Are all of you interested in data scientist position? I think probably 80%. So what does entitle? So I want to walk you through the interview preparation procedure so you can know what's going on there. I think there are at least 4 stages. First, you need to get your material ready. What does that mean? Do you all have your resume ready? Cover letter? I passed along 3 career books. Who have it now? So it has a lot of sample resume from our students. Each cohort will graduate 30 to 40 students and send this career book to our hiring partner. Right now we have about 450 companies hiring from us directly, but based on their hiring cycle. Maybe they're hiring this quarter, they're not hiring this quarter. And they're looking for senior, junior, lead data scientist level. We do the matchmaking for them. So the first step, you need to have really polished resume. You need to have really polished cover letter. Introduce who you are, why you're a good fit for the position. Also, have everyone have LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is critical. How about GitHub? Do you have GitHub account? Great. People will definitely check your GitHub and LinkedIn if you're looking for a data scientist position. Because you're expected to be hands-on, be able to code, be able to do modeling. Second step, you need to be really strong at the core skill, such as R, Python, Hadoop, Spark, Linux, GitHub, SQL. So quick hand show, who's good at R now? Python, Hadoop, Spark, Linux, GitHub, SQL. You need to study. The third part is soft skill. How to interact with people effectively. How to engage and let people know what are your strengths. Demonstrate what you can do. Build connection so you can get referral or help. Last stage is collect feedback. Whether you do well or suck at the interview so you can move on with this experience. Any questions so far? So, first of all, what is a good data scientist job? You want to go to a place you enjoy working there. So the culture fit is important. If you like finance and you end up in academia, it will be painful. So find the industry you're really interested in, what kind of environment you like the most. Very competitive or very supportive. What kind of culture you look for? Diversity or people have like-minded. Also, you want to see whether the company are willing to invest into you. Do they have annual training? Do they have training budget for you to keep learning along the way? You want to see whether they allow to take time off to learn. Most of the company will at least give you 5,000 bucks per year budget and a few hours to work on things you're really interested in. Also, through the interview, you will be able to tell what kind of person will work with you at that job. So it's not just they interview you, you also interview them. You want to see whether they're thoughtful, considerate, and if you get lost, do they give you hints, lead you through the interview procedure. You can tell a lot through the interview. You can ask them, how do you like this job? What do you enjoy the most? What you don't enjoy the most? So they give you insider information. Diversity, similarity. So a few companies, they will say, we only consider PhD level, or we don't like MBA, or we only want junior player, fresh out of school. Like Goldman, like fresh out of school. They don't want people already work some other bank before. Like JP Morgan, they go after PhD of physics and math. Every company have their unique culture and expectation. You will see, does this team have Chinese, Indian, American, Canadian? How diversity they have? Are they all STEM major? Or sometimes they have sociology, liberal arts major. You can see how open-minded they are. And the last thing, how much you enjoy the impact of your work. Some work you will generate reports for the executive or support other people to make decisions. Is that what you want? Or you want to launch a product, millions or billions of people can use it. So it's your call, what you like, and find the best matchmaking for yourself. Assessment, from your personal perspective, should you become a data scientist? Data scientist is a really hard job, which means you need to solve unseen, unknown problem on daily basis, do prediction, do modeling. So if you're not like very curious or have strong curiosity about things, or you don't have the strong drive to solve difficult things, you will struggle at the job. And you need to like challenges, like how to optimize this operation, how to allocate inventory, how to increase the return on investment in your marketing channels, how to do Google Analytics, how to do AdWords. No one knows what's going on. Everyone is claiming they know data science. You probably heard about this. It's like high school sex. Everyone talk about this, and some likely know it, but no one really know it. Also, you need to have really, really strong training. Math enable you to understand the deep concept of the modeling, statistic, so you know whether you can check the model assumption, diagnosis assumption. Also, CS training. Almost 99% of the data scientist job expect you to be hands-on. You can code, you can deliver results. Reports, model, prediction. And the last thing, you need to learn really fast. Like in our program, even it's 12 weeks long, we teach you what I learned in the past 10 years. So it's really intensive. Our students probably sleep on our campus from time to time. They work code through 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to get work done. So it's not easy. Can you guys hear me from the back? Do you want to come forward? We have a few seats here. Anyone know how to set a microphone here? Let me try again. Is the mic working? No, it's not. Mute. Come, sit on the floor. This is an important workshop if you want a job. Come forward. Also, I'm recording this session. I will share the video afterward and the slides. But my session is always very interactive. I hope to get a lot of questions from you. Also, we're giving 2 t-shirts. If you ask a question, you will get a t-shirt. Great. So let's start from resume. What are the key components in the resume? you should list? Of course, name.
Education.
Education. So for education, should you list your GPA?
Yes.
If it's not above 3.8, don't do it. It's too low.
Oh my God.
You said
If you graduate from MIT, don't list GPA lower than 4.5 because their GPA is 5. So it needs to be really, really high. Otherwise, don't draw attention to your GPA. What else? Should you put your email?
Yes.
Of course. Don't do Hotmail or Yahoo. It's old-fashioned. People will pass you if you use Yahoo email. Do Gmail or school email. Phone number?
Yes.
Linking?
Yes.
GitHub link?
Yes.
5 top things on the top. 3 or 2 line. Name, email, linking, GitHub, phone number. No more. If you have blog posts, if you have website, you should probably put that too, so people can check out your work.
How about address?
Address, you can do city and state. You don't need to do an exact address. So people have sense where you're looking. What else besides education?
Experience.
Experience. Professional experience, job experience. If you have work experience, that's great. Otherwise, you should do project experience, what you did here. It's important to say what you did and what's the impact of the project. Don't just say, I did a consumer survey, and it's the end of the sentence. You can say, I surveyed 500 people, I did A/B test, I find such thing, increased return on investment for how much percentage? I increased the accuracy for how much? People need to see your work make impact. So, what else should go there?
Computer skills.
Computer skills. So you can have a sector, what you want to demonstrate. If you know R, Python, definitely list them in the most visible place. How about SAS? Should you do it?
Yes.
If you're looking for data scientist position, SAS is really out of trend. Everyone try to replace SAS with R or Python. You can make it like in the end of the list, but it's not your critical skill. How about big data skill? Everyone will ask you, do you know Pig Hive? Because we work with billions of transaction data. We don't have anyone pull the data for yourself. You need to extract data on your own. It takes very short time to learn them. 20 hours, you can learn how to do high-peg SQL. You definitely should invest time to do it. What else you should put? Modeling experience. If you've done modeling like logistic regression, linear regression, multilinear, random forest, decision tree, you should definitely put that. What else should go there? Some company looking for different language talent. If you know Mandarin, if you know Cantonese, if you know Spanish, you should definitely put that. What else? Scholarship? You can mention scholarship if it's a really good one. I have seen fresh grad put skills such as organizing students to White Mountain as a field trip. Don't do it. It's not like management skill. It's too low level. If you manage a project in the coursework, like you manage 10 people, do a big marketing analytic project, that worth mentioning. Question?
Clubs or organizations that you join? You do that?
Which organization?
This,
You mean like math club, finance club?
yes.
Yeah, you can mention that. Like professional association, American Statistics Association, ACM, IEEE. Those are worth mentioning. What else? One commonly seen problem is your resume shows you one type of person. Like you put auto CAD, you put Photoshop, you put a lot of design software experience. Then you say, I'm applying for a data scientist position. You need to put relevant work experience or project experience in order to pursue certain career. It have to say, I'm data person, I'm super data savvy, I have done this. So everything there need to be relevant for people ask for. If you work in Starbucks as a waiter or waitress, don't mention it in your data scientist application. If you work in a design studio as an auto CAD intern, not relevant. So if you're looking for data scientist position, you really need to build up your portfolio, demonstrate your ability. So you can get a chance to read the career book. We are focusing on premium candidates. People have PhD or master above degree in STEM major. Most of the business background people don't have any coding experience, so it will take us longer to prepare you for intensive training. Probably you need to spend 2 months to take some part-time class to warm up your skill. Learn Python beginner or beginner level. So know how to munging data, clean data, import output into external database. Okay. Next one, cover letter. Do you know what's cover letter mean?
Recommendation.
Recommendation? No, not recommendation. So imagine a scenario. You want to apply a job. You know the hiring manager. You attach your resume and send to him, not saying anything else. Will people open your attachment? They won't. Why should I do that? You didn't even spend any time to tell me why I should look at this email. So cover letter can be in a Word document as attachment, or it should be going to the email body. You will say, okay, I heard about this position. I find I'm a good fit. Why so? Do a comparison. What are the requirements of the job? What are the qualifications? Match the requirement. For example, they will ask for a quantitative skill. You can say, I use this tool to do this analytic work. They will ask for a project management experience. You can say, I managed such a project in the past. They will ask for fluent communication skill. You can say, okay, I'm champion of some speech or some competition. You need to prove each point one by one. Because people won't spend the time to qualify you for this position, you need to do the work. The more work you do for them, the better they will spend time on you, give you an opportunity. So you want to do the maximum work for other people so they can help you, to consider you. Does that make sense? Okay, next one, linking. So what should go into your linking? Your resume? Everything on the resume. Align with your resume. What else? If you can get endorsement, people say, you're good at R, you're good at data analytics, you're good at big data, that's great. Sum up. Get endorsement, get recommendation. It's very social, so people can say how great you are, how much they enjoy work with you. Also, it's better to get recommendation from professor or working professional because their word matter more than your colleague, your students, friends. The last one, GitHub. GitHub is a centralized repository control tool. So imagine you work in Facebook or Google. They have tons of code, different version, different feature. How they manage it? They use GitHub. So if you want to become a data scientist, you definitely need to know at least one tool to do centralized source code control. Next step, how to get your technical skill rating. Number 1, number 2, you need to be really good at R and Python these days. Which means I can throw your bad formatted data. You know how to clean it. For example, Facebook will give you 2 datasets. One one table have someone request to be a friend, another table showing I accept the request as a friend. They will ask you what's the percentage people will accept the request. How often? What's the average length people will wait to be accepted? They can ask a lot of questions through joining different tables, different data resources. And it's real world code challenge. They filled you out in half hour. Those questions sound very easy, but if you code it up in less than 10 minutes, they will consider you, fly you to California right away. If you solve it under half hour, they will say, oh, I can see you or not see you. So they will consult other people whether your background is a fit. So you need to train yourself intensively on those coding challenges. They might ask you, like Jonathan just went through IBM Watson online interview. They will ask you a bunch of modeling questions. What's the difference between supervised learning and unsupervised learning? You need to know those concepts really, really well. And SQL. SQL is a must. You are expected to join multiple tables. You are expected to write highly optimized SQL query. For example, if you work for Walmart or Target, they do that. They have billions of transactions. How to write the SQL effective enough so you can put the result on real time. Can people in the back hear me now?
Yeah.
Great. Hadoop Spark. Invest 20 hours, 40 hours on Hadoop and Spark, so increase your chance. The secondary catalog of language and tool you should know are Tableau, SAS, Kotlin, CalDB. People use this at work often for a quick prototype. Questions? Jonathan, did you learn R Python in the program?
MSDA. I believe there's a Python course for this semester, right?
And R.
And R.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I think.
Well, we
We
have
do.
selected courses for R and Python during our
So.
program, so we can select that.
Most of people in my company use R for more than 10 years. So a lot of students come to us and say, we know R. And the second week they will say, I know nothing. So it's different depths. Learn as much as you can. Okay, core skill people are looking for. Data exploration. What does that mean? What does data exploration mean? Data mining. It means if I give a data set, you will be able to give me the summary statistics. What's the contact? 25%, 75%, median. You can tell me what are the missing data. What's the pattern for missing? Whether they're high correlation. The basic things about data set. It's like when you take your baby, you need to know how old he is, what he likes. The basic things about data. The second part is data visualization. What does that entail? Do you guys read Wall Street Journal or New York Times? They have a lot of visualization, right? Like what's the polling data from the president election? Who is leading the poll? So you need to be able to produce publication-related visualization. Be able to get on the Wall Street Journal New York Times to show the data inside, what's going on in the data. How about machine learning? What would they ask you? Anything about machine learning you know?
Supervised versus unsupervised.
Great. Give me 5 examples on supervised, 5 unsupervised. Decision tree, supervised or non-supervised? Good. How about other things? Cluster, unsupervised, good. What else? Supervised, unsupervised. Neural network, supervised or unsupervised? Supervised? Is
Huh?
neural network supervised?
Yes.
What else? Deep learning, supervised or unsupervised?
Well, deep learning is neural network. Anyway.
What else?
SVM.
SVM, supervised or unsupervised? So what's the main difference between supervised and unsupervised? So if you know the result why, it's supervised. If you unknow the why, it's unsupervised. What else? One more. PCA? Do you know PCA? Principal component analysis. So supervised or unsupervised? Supervised. So it seems like you guys know a lot of supervised. Maybe put one hand on the unsupervised part. Great. So big data processing, what people will ask you. Big data. How big is big data? How big is your RAM now? 4 gigabyte, 8 gigabyte? If the data cannot fit into your RAM, you have to do something else to process it, right? If I give you New York City taxi data, it's 250 gigabyte. How can you handle it? Use your own laptop. There are a lot of skills you can learn. You can do distributed computing. You can learn Amazon Cloud to put them into cloud for computing. Storytelling. What does people expect? You be a storyteller. Anyone feel you're qualified for a good storyteller? Dashboard is a good way to tell story, but it's more like communication skill. Engage people to understand what you're talking about. Walk people through the procedure, how to understand a problem, understand your data insight. What else? Team player. How can you prove you're a team player?
Group projects.
Group project. Being the project manager can prove that. What else? You are constantly be asked like, okay, your team passed the deadline. It's a failure. How do you manage the failure? What if your original goal didn't happen as you wanted, and there are multiple things happening? How do you manage it? How do you coordinate around different team members? Like each people are doing A, B, C component, assemble it. How to make sure you are always be on track, prevent failure. They're very behavioral questions around whether you're a good team player. Project management, what does that include? What? Organization. Organize what? Manage the deadline. Manage the delivery. Manage the quality. Right? In constant communication. You need to demonstrate all. Like this is huge subject. We have 2 people working on data collection. We have 2 people doing the domain knowledge collection. We have 2 people working on modeling. And we did presentation together. Innovation. How can you tell people you're super innovative?
Something new.
So, like, tell me something you find you're very, very innovative. Because you will be assigned a lot of unseen difficult questions. I need to know you can take the challenge. Any good story?
can volunteer on this. I have a good story about one of my previous job. That's even before I joined boot camp. I was recruited as a operation analyst. My daily job is just using Excel to update reports, extract data through SQL, and just put together numbers to update dashboard, right? So before I took the job, people were just manually updating every day, and they think that's not a big deal because it takes 10 minutes. But when I started taking on that job, their sales team started to expand, and I have to update at least 50 dashboard every day. And I think, screw it, I'm not gonna do it manually. So I just do the VBA programming, make a macros, do all the updating automatically, and just everything just get done with one click. Right? You don't have to create a new algorithm or anything. You don't have to publish it paper to claim yourself as innovative. Just small things that just bring value to the business or increase the efficiency. So that's what I think is innovative.
You guys need to trade John's and drink if you get challenged this question at job. That's excellent example. You are always be constantly challenged by the statistics problem. Because if you don't know statistics well, it's hard to explain your own model. What does the R square tell you? What does accuracy tell you? What's the ROC curve tells you? And be able to solve things you've never seen before. Brand new challenge. You have no idea what is a transaction matrix mean. Do your study. Okay, stage 3, core skill. How you can get ready with the soft skill part. You want to know where to find openings. So if I ask you to find the top 100 data scientist position, junior level for yourself, do you know where to find them? Indeed, what else? Google, LinkedIn, career site in your university. What else? Monster, ZipRecruiter, Hire.com. There are a lot of resources. Put yourself there. And how can you make sure to do your best in the phone interview and in-person interview? How do you prepare for interview?
Mock interviews.
What?
Mock interviews.
Mock interviews. Yeah. That's a great idea. You can find working professionals who work in similar industry to prep you. You say, do a half-hour mock interview with me. Challenge me with all sorts of questions related to our industry. What else you can do? Read the job requirement 100%. A lot of people go to the interview without reading it carefully. Deconstruct the whole requirement. What they ask for. They ask for SQL, prepare for SQL. They ask for hardcore communication skill, prepare for that. They ask for transaction data analytic experience. Look it up, know exactly what it means, and do some sample on yourself. What else you can do?
Do some research on
That's right, read about the company. Like they're just going through acquisition, they're reconstructing the company. They just change a new CEO, they become more data savvy. They just bought something, they just merged with someone. And the team is expanding the last 20 months. They double the size of the team. It's easy to find out what's going on. Like one of our students went to the bike share company, the City Bike. I said, what should you do through prep? Download their bike share data, it's all available. Do some analytics. Tell them what are the most trendy stations people will return or borrow bike. What are the most popular routes? If you know better than them, they see you have strong interest in this position. You do your work before coming. If I have two people have the same qualification, I would pick the one have more interest in what I'm doing. Right? You mentioned mock interview. Also, you can build connection. So most of you are fresh graduates. How can you know people working in the industry? LinkedIn, meetups, alumni network. Alumni network meetup are perfect choices. You network a lot through meetup, right?
Yeah.
Also, you know
That's how I know the academy through their meetup.
That's right. Know and talk to people. Demonstrate. I'm not available in December. What kind of job do you do? I would love to hear more. Ask people out for coffee. Ask your family member to recommend you to connect to certain company. The last part, get internal referral. So if I'm working at Google, you want a referral from me. How will you ask? How can you ask me?
Show my own value to Google.
So how do you demonstrate your value?
Maybe kind of like interview, you can show your skills to him. Her.
You want help people to say yes to you. So demonstrate why you like this job, why it's good fit, why you can do a good job, why he won't feel stupid if he recommend you. Give him all the reasons you will be a good fit for this job.
But it's very hard to get an internal referral from a random person. You have to know him first.
Depends. If you write really, really good email, like for me, when I apply a job, I never get rejection. I put extremely thoughtful email. I would say why I'm interested in this job. I would do a few attachments to demonstrate I have all the skills they ask for. I would say why, if I start a job, what I'm going to do for you, what kind of innovation, what kind of value I can bring to the team. So my email probably would be 1,000 words with a lot of code snippet or things I can demonstrate I can do well in this position, in this industry. People see you spend 1 hour, 2 hours to write this email to demonstrate why you're good value, good add-on for them. They will put more time, take you more seriously. If you just say email, I'm a fresh MBA student here, I did my coursework, I'm wondering if you can chat with me, have a coffee with me, have a meal with me, or meet me, or call me. It's not real action, call to action. You want people, oh, this is a very serious candidate, and it will probably take me 5 minutes to put in a referral plan. And I feel strongly I should do this for this person. Even people don't know you, if you can demonstrate you're good, and they can trust in you, they will do it for you. Does that make sense?
Do you just email some random people?
You need to ask nicely. The same like you ask money from your parents. You say, oh, I will do this for you. I will increase my GPA. I will do something nice to please your own parents so they give you more you want, right? The same strategy. And the job is harder than ask some money from your own parents. Okay, the last stage. You need to follow up. If people spend several hours to interview you, you definitely need to send a thank you letter. Appreciate their time, energy, and guidance through the interview. You want to do extra work to impress people. For example, you mention some project. People say, oh, it's really interesting. You can send your project work to them to further deepen the impression you can do this really well. Or he mentioned something. I want to see the social network of all the pages on my website. If you can do a quick turnaround, send it to him. So you want to show, I really love your company. I'm dying to join your team. It's so perfect for me. Not in a dramatic way, in a calm, professional way. Not like crying baby. I have to get a job. And ask the feedback. This part is really hard because it's like you break up with your girlfriend. She doesn't want to tell you why she's breaking with you. The same thing with the interviewer. They don't want to tell you why they don't want you. So you need to find some effective way to show, okay, if you tell me it can help me improve my future interview, it's gonna blah blah blah, a few things to make sure people understand you really want it. It's not like, can you tell me? No, I won't spend my half hour to response to your 5 minutes request. Also, if this team is not telling you, you can try to get other people in other teams who have a relation with them to get feedback. Or someone knows them, like your professor knows this company. Someone else to help you to get feedback would be effective too. For us, we always help students collect feedback. We need to know why they're feeling. We will say, we want to improve our training program. So every candidate will send to you your love and pick them. So they're willing to work with us to give us honest feedback. The last one, you need to improve your interview skill every time. So in our school, we ask students to write down question and answer so we know exactly, we will mimic what happened in the interview. They ask you, what's your weakness? You will say, my weakness is overwork. Really? So you really need to sense how well you answer the question. I will evaluate the whole interview process with you. Did people respond to you with smiles, or they keep doing this? Or they keep asking you more, and you end up extending your interview time. Or people just ask you 2 questions and work out. There's so many tiny details you need to do careful control. If you say, I'm originally this major, people will ask you, why did you do the transition? Sometimes, I heard a very funny answer once. One of the company asked our student, why do you want to join our company? They're a hedge fund, one of the top hedge funds. She said, I want to manage my own money better. If the portfolio manager said, you cannot manage your own money here. It's forbidden. And she ended up making another story right away. But it's really hard to turn around if you misstep on it. So prepare yourself for those challenging questions. And the last one, don't make the same mistake twice. So if you don't have like someone like me can review into a question, you can review with your parents or senior people you know better, like some cousin already working at some company. Ask them, did I do this well? What's your general impression of my performance? People are very willing to help you if you ask nicely and show it worth my time and your time. Because I'm going to improve dramatically, I'm going to get job offers. It's the sincerity will touch people's heart, so they are willing to spend time and energy. Okay, I have a friend, John Maiden. He's the senior data scientist at JP Morgan. He shares with me a few valuable insights. What are the commonly seen requirements and mistakes? So, communication. I have seen so many PhD candidates from China. They can do the most difficult job, but they barely can explain what they do. Because they're too technical to key. I will spend 20 minutes and have no clue what they did. And in the end they said, oh, I did this project and it won the annual award or something. I said, it's better to give me a big picture, like how important your work is, before you get into all the tiny details of your project. So there are specific ways you can explain things. It's very structural and you can train yourself. A lot more American students get training for public speaking when they grow up. Even in kindergarten, they will be asked, can you tell me what's the weather? Why you like it? What can I do more for you? So they're more get used to the public speaking environment or one-on-one communication. But since you're here to get foreign education, you should all try to find some way to train yourself. Work more with native speaker or watch more talk show. Try to find out how they say things really nicely. Enable other people get an idea right away. If you've done project, put 20 columns, how to explain your project. What's the goal of your project? What is the type of your data? How many columns? How many rows? What's the data size? What are the features you have? What are the features you pick? What's the working procedure you solve the problem from beginning to the end? all the question is predictable around your work. So you can write a sheet, demonstrate all the possible answers. It's very easy to answer random questions. So I always say the success of interviewing never happened on the spot. It happened way before it happens. You need to do really careful preparation. Resume. As I said, you need to keep it simple and focused. Don't mention non-relevant experience. I don't care you're a waitress. I don't care you can make the best latte. I'm looking for a data scientist. And everything put on resume, you need to be able to talk about it. If you say you know Hadoop and people start to ask you questions, how do I extract something? You don't know it. You would be declined right on the spot because you're not honest people. Only put things you really know. No buzzword. Programming, commonly seen requirement and mistake. So the minimum requirement is you need to be extremely knowledgeable and good at least one language. Prefer R Python. And SQL is a must and probably take you 25 hours to 40 hours to brush up and really do good at that. There are a lot of resources you can test yourself on. And the statistic part. If you mention you know the modeling skill, like logistic regression, people might ask you to write a formula of logistic regression. Explain why it works. What's the project function? How to do the transformation? How to interpret the percentage? You need to know modeling detail inside out. And they might ask you, okay, this is my problem. What are you gonna do? Walk me through your whole solution. You need to pick different techniques. You will say, I'm gonna choose K-means. People will ask you why. And this part is also easy to prep. You can make a sheet about modeling. What's the concept of the model? What's the advantage? What's the weakness? What's the real world case? You can use it or not use it. Once you have a full sheet, it's very easy to connect what you know and what the problem you're get questioned about. So, how are you gonna use? Most of the time, people doesn't give you data. They will ask you, my goal is to increase my sales triple next season. What kind of data you're gonna need to support this decision making and investment? You need to suggest what you should do because what business people know is the business goal. They don't know what kind of data they can practice you, what kind of procedure they're gonna do. And how do you select features? What is important? What isn't important? Because everything has a cost. If you spend a lot of time on survey data and only help 5% of your outcome, it doesn't worth your time and investment. And the last critical part is you have the data, you have the procedural design. How exactly you're going to implement it and test the result. Okay, ability to think in big data terms. So if I have 10 billion transaction data, like I'm in the bank, I need to know what are the fraud transactions I need to avoid. It's almost impossible to run on the whole data set. So how are you going to solve the problem? You can do sampling, right? And how to sample, how can you sample? What kind of control you should do?
Do you prefer outliers
Can you speak up?
or do you prefer outliers or you can just randomly sample and see?
Sample outliers. Also, you need to do stratified sampling. For example, your population have 20% adult, 80% of kids. You cannot just sample randomly. You need to keep the same proportion. So it reflects what's going on in the overall data set. Also, you can do aggregated data. So what if the average transaction on this customer is about $20 to $50? All of a sudden he spent $5,000. It's a huge outlier. And you can build a baseline to filter out what could be abnormal. So aggregated feature help you to cut the processing time because it's like I already aggregated the past 2 years data about this client. I have a persona, what he typically do, what are the places he typically shop. All of a sudden, my account is spending some money in Russia. It's a red flag. So it's very easy to build baseline. Does that make sense? Okay, this is the last slide. I want you to do quick exercises. Open your LinkedIn to see what kind of person you look like if you're not yourself. Does this LinkedIn profile saying, I'm a business person, or I'm a software engineer, but I'm looking for a data scientist position? And no supporting evidence you can be a data scientist. Also open your resume in Word to check whether you have any misspelling. We have a PhD student get rejected by Bank of America because he spelled previous list wrong. They don't like any type of thing. Because in the bank, if you make tiny mistake, it's going to infect millions of people. No typo. And never send your resume in Word. Because if they open up and see a red dash or green dash, they won't consider it. It's better to do PDF so people don't capture anything. And look up the opening on Indeed, that's LinkedIn, and a few resources I just mentioned. And that's all my presentation. I will stay for 15 minutes more, and John is also open to take a few questions. I hope you have a good time today, and good luck with job hunting. So, I have 2 medium size. I'm gonna do 2 students. I think you answered a lot of my questions. And thank you for trying hard. We have open house online and in person. And if you're interested, welcome to our campus. It's right next to Penn Station, 500 8th Avenue. So you can hear more about what we offer here. And the flyer you got today lists all the required skills if you want to become data scientist. You really need to know everything we list there. And we're shooting for place premium level of candidates. So most of our students are like PhD of math, PhD of physics, very high qualifications. Our goal is to build a data scientist mafia. We always tell students, your goal is to become the chief data scientist in this company in 3 years. We're supporting you, not just when you're in the program, we'll continue to support you. Great. Thank you so much, guys.